thank you for joining me. Today we're on a little adventure. We're going to go down to what used to be the old Canada Mountain baseball park and family park, and it's recently been transformed into a walking trail after many years of little to very no use as a baseball field. It's been repurposed. So this is kind of a small, but it's a newer trail, I guess, facility or what have you, trail park. And I've never been to it, and it's only been open for, I want to say, less than a month. So it's one of the nicer days that we're having here in July. We've had a really lot of humidity and really high temperatures the last couple days surrounding Canada Day to the 4th of July. But today seems to be nice. It's in the low 20s. It's 21, 22 in the Annapolis Valley. It's 18 degrees over on the Fundy Coast. Not too sure what it is out on the south coast, out by on the Atlantic coast, but on the Bay of Fundy shoreline over in Parker's Cove, Hillsburn, DeLaps Cove, Hampton, it's 18 degrees. And that's usually the kind of the way that it is. It's usually 4 or 5 degrees different over on the Fundy coast than it is here in the valley. But even on the last few days with the humidity and the real high temperatures, it was still 30 degrees over on the Fundy coast, on the Bay of Fundy. So that gives you a little idea how widespread that heat really was. But I think we're starting to get another system that's coming from south and getting a little bit of more realistic temperatures, a little bit of stuff that we can deal with. So while the temperatures are nice and the weather's nice, we're going to capitalize on it, and although it's a little bit too hot and it's a little bit too far to pack Cooper in the Jeep and bring him along, so Cooper will probably get a nice little walk around the high school and around some of the back streets of Bridgetown this evening, and me and Abby's going to take a little bit of a different walk up around the trails in Upper Clements Park, Canada Mountain Park. So sometimes getting the words from my head to my mouth can be a chore. I know what I want to say. It seems to be a chore saying it. So we're on our way down we're going through Granville Ferry, headed down towards Granville Beach and Victoria Beach. And I think, given a couple of years, this might be a hidden little gem for the people in this community to be able to have a little spot to go for a nice little walk. As you can see, there's not a lot of sidewalk here for people to feel a lot of comfort walking on the side of the road, or walking their dogs, or even Even kids riding their bicycles like we used to when we was kids 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Hey, that wishful thinking 30 years ago. Yeah, definitely more like 40 years ago for me. But I'm definitely thinking that this might be a welcome little addition to the community, having a place to come for an evening walk, an evening bicycle ride, or early morning bicycle ride, or what have you. The facts of life are just the world is getting faster. It's at a faster pace, and some of these rural streets and back roads that used to just kind of be, there was a little bit of safety, or it was a little bit safer with just the lack of traffic. Now there's definitely a lot more traffic on them. And then you got people with the ability to have a cell phone in their hands while they're driving. It changes the way that you feel about walking or biking on the side of a rural street like this, the way that you used to 30 years ago. In town, in Bridgetown or Annapolis or Kingston or Middleton, in the town limits, it'd feel like a whole different thing, but I don't think you'd catch me walking my dog down through here. I just wouldn't feel safe doing it. It's kind of sad to have to say that, but I think most people would agree with me. I come through the Hollow Mountain Road this winter, and I had seen how much the trees and the alders and the brush and everything had grown up into the ball field. And I think I was actually making a video when I come down through, and I had Abby with me. And I think I actually said, I stated the shock and just how unexpected it was, because this used to be where these trails are now, and where we're headed. This used to be one of the busiest ballparks probably around here. And I know when we played ball, when we played junior whip pitch and stuff down here, the Hollow Mountain team was always a team to contend with. They were really good ball players that came out of here for the level of baseball that we played. I mean, it was whip pitch, you know, it was just kids ball. It wasn't hard ball. But I'm really not too sure why we never got into hardball down here, because it's kind of like down south of us is hardball, north of us is hardball, but it seemed like in the valley, it just kind of, this small little spot in the Annapolis Valley seemed to stay to like fast whip pitch. Never really understood it, but for the league that we had, Hollow Mountain was always good. The Hollow Mountain Bears, I believe, was what it was. I always played on the Round Hill, the Young Guns, and we kind of, I guess that was more of the Annapolis Royal team that became, I guess it moved locations into somewhere else, but Hollow Mountain Community Park. We're going to see what this is about. As you can see, it's pretty fresh, but given a couple years and it grows up and gets maintained and the trail fills in, it might be something, you know, could be something nice. I'm not going to cast judgment yet. Welcome to Hollow Mountain Community Park, 118 Hollow Mountain Road. This used to be a very busy baseball park. I really can't believe what I'm actually seeing, to be honest with you. It feels like so many epic battles were played there between the Young Guns and the Hollow Mountain Bears, and it's just weird to even think. It's weird to think that it's gone now and a new life for this place is going to begin, I guess. So we got two small loops that we're going to check out today. A 350 meter Canada Warbler loop, I believe, which is for the bird. And then we got the 800 meter evergreen loop. And we're just out for a nice little walk, me and Abby, so we're going to go for the evergreen loop. I think it goes without saying that you probably should keep your dogs on leash while you're here. It's nice to know that the grounds are being repurposed, though. I really don't know the last time that it was there was baseball played in that big field. And sadly, I know of another baseball diamond that's kind of turned, not the same fate, but seems like back when I was younger there was so many epic showdowns between like Bridgetown and Annapolis over on the just outside of Bridgetown. Heavy, settle down. And now that field's gone. I want to say Belle Isle, but that's not on the same side of the river. Belle Isle's on the other side of the river. I absolutely can't think of it at the moment. I'll put it on the screen. It's just not coming to my brain. But there was a ball field in Bridgetown. There was one in between Bridgetown and Annapolis. And it was just before Britex, I believe it was, yeah. And now there's a electrical company that pretty much has their headquarters where the ball field was. It's crazy to think of so many of those things kind of going to the wayside. I guess it's a different world that we live in these days. People just don't pass time the same as we used to. I think this will be a nice little trail, nice little walking trail in the years to come. I mean, this is, you can tell it's brown dirt. It's this is the first layer of it. This is the first year. This is the broken earth. But I think with another, as the years go on and the foot traffic or the bikes get on it and it gets used more, and each year a bed of, fresh material gets laid down, I think it's a nice little walk. It's a nice peaceful little stroll. Other than me right now, all I can hear is the wind in the trees. And Abby's big snuffs. Big snuffins. Abby, right? Old big snuffy. Yeah. She's a happy girl. She's always happy to get out and have little adventures. She's a little bit more happier when her brother gets to come with her, but she's getting a little better with that. Although they're quite happy to see each other when she gets back home. But it's funny because Cooper very much still likes he likes getting out and getting able to do something that Abby didn't do. But, like tonight when he goes for his little walk around, when I take him for his walk around the high school and around some of the easier streets in Bridgetown and whatnot. Granted, it's cool enough to do it. I'm not going to take him on the hot sidewalks like the last couple evenings and stuff. It's just been too much. Definitely exercise good judgment, or try to, but whenever he gets a chance to have those little walks where it's him and me, or him and my wife, and Abby's kind of missing out. There's a nice little spot for a bench. Abby, look at the bugs on her. Oh, honey. Yes. We won't stop very long, but just know that there are a couple benches in case you want to have a little stop and drink water and a breather or whatnot. But he definitely likes to get his time away and his little things that he's done that she didn't get to do, his little one-ups. Because it's funny because he almost flaunts it. There's a couple spots where must have been like four-wheeler paths and stuff of old that probably cut through here that they're utilizing. And if you can see, they're using some of these down trees to block and manage the pathways. This would even be a nice little loop, and if you threw both of them in, the Warbler Trail and the Evergreen Trail, it'd probably be a decent little mountain bike circuit, just to, do a figure eight, keep your legs pumping. Probably be a nice little way to spend an afternoon. What's the happy got? It's a good, it's a good pathway. I didn't even remember to put my sneakers on. I'm wearing my flip-flops. You can probably hear a little bit of it, but I was kind of curious because when I seen it opened on Facebook and seen the advertisements for it, and I was kind of curious as to how big it would be or how long. Leave it, honey. There's a mushroom I didn't want her to get into. But yeah, it's a nice little walk. It's well shaded. Kind of cleverly cuts in and out and makes the best of its area and gets the overall length. And it's not overly challenging. Once this gets beat down and maybe a layer of crushed rock on top of this, but right now, I kind of wish I had a mountain bike. This would kind of be fun to do. Start up on the other trail, come down, do this loop, back up, kind of figure eight it. It's making me think of when I was a kid. So we used to ride our bikes through the trails on the North Mountain, in between Parker's Cove and Annapolis Royal. And if you can see the big windmill up on the mountain there, that's almost the starting point from where we used to go, because we used to come down that Tower Road and you used to be able to go on the dirt, on the old cutout path. It was a four-wheeler path that we used to mountain bike, and it would take you down the mountain, in behind mountaintop cottages and down through there, down the Parker Mountain Way, somewhat parallel to the Parker Mountain Road. It was quite fun, but it was somewhat costly, because every couple summers you'd have to put, or almost every summer you'd have to put new handlebars on your bike. Because the way the old handlebars were, it would just round them over. It would put them right in a U from going down through. This was before shocks and everything were on bicycles. We was just country kids doing Parker Mountain country things. So that's the Evergreen Loop. And that was a nice little walk. Granted, it wasn't 45 minutes, it wasn't an hour. But if you came here, looped it twice or whatever, it would probably be a decent afternoon. In all honesty, by the time we do this and get back into the Jeep and Abby has a drink, that'll be a nice little walk for Abby. To think that this is where first base used to be. I used to either play back catcher or first base. Man, the memories that I had here. It's just... Let me know if you ever played baseball here at Hollow Mountain Park. If you ever thought that this is what... Is that what you ever thought left field was going to look like? Huh? Like, I remember, I won't name them, but I remember a couple fathers, man, they used to hit dingers right out through here. Yeah, I think a couple of our guys, we used to just stand here and they just go. And they drop bombs. And it's crazy because back in the day when we used to play Hollow Mountain, their pitcher, they had a girl as their pitcher. And she used to do what was called a crow hop. And it was just a style of pitching for the whip pitch, but she'd kind of launch out off of the pitcher's mound on a big hop. You can kind of drag your foot. And none of us could hit her. They had two good pitchers, really, two of them. And there wasn't much anybody could do with them. They just threw a lot more speed than everybody else. The Canada Warbler, a small songbird, 12 to 15 centimeters long, with a thin pointed bill, bright yellow underparts with gray head and underparts, dark eye line and distinctive white eye ring. Males have a bold black necklace and head markings. In females and juveniles, these are gray and less distinct. The Canada Warbler thrives in cool, moist forests with a rich and layered understory. Habitats that provide both shelter and food. Found in deciduous, coniferous, and mixed forests with a well-developed shrub layer. Prefers dense undergrowth, including ferns, shrubs, and young trees. Often near streams, swamps, and wetlands where insects are abundant. Needs partial canopy openings to allow for sunlight. Nests on or near the ground in dense cover and laying 4 to 5 eggs. And this would be the migration. They breed in Nova Scotia from late May to mid-August, so like prime time now. Go at her. Winters in Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Brazil, in mature cloud and rainforests, as well as second growth forests. One of the last songbirds to arrive in spring and one of the first to migrate south. Approximately 75% of the world's Canada's warblers breed in Canada. Huh. Now I'll know. Next time I see one, I'll know what I'm looking at. I've probably watched them in my backyard numerous times. Probably just called them a budgie or something. And to a lot of people that might sound ignorant, but when you don't know, you don't know. And things like that. A little walk in the park and coming across the sign, taking the time to stop and read it. That's the only way you really know. I mean, this is a shock. This is a kind of a shock that this is, I can't believe this is the old Hollow Mountain ballpark. Just, but I'm glad that it's hit, that something has been done with it. Hopefully they build onto it in the years. I don't know how much land that they have. But yeah. I hope that something comes of it. I mean, it's a nice little spot. That's just a little loop. But it's a nice little spot. It's a nice little spot to come be able to stretch your legs. Nice little spot to be able to bring Abby. You know, it's 10 minutes from Annapolis. Come, let your dog go for a walk. Take a drive down Victoria Beach. Watch some boats come. Watch some boats leave the harbor or Digby Gut, and maybe catch the ferry going out. Make a day of it. Or you can take the Hollow Mountain Road and go right over to the Bay Shore. And check out DeLapp's Cove or check out Hillsburn and Parker's Cove and maybe have a walk on the beach. But I don't see why not being able to include this in a person's day now. I'm kind of grateful that they took the time to build this for us. I look forward to seeing what it becomes in the near future. You know, it's some things that were already here getting repurposed. Very well done. We'll check it out again we'll check it out next year. We'll keep checking it out, see what happens. We'll keep you posted if anything new happens or if anything gets added or. But I think that'd be fun. And I think kids would really enjoy it too, being able to come and just do that figure 8 on your bicycles. Just be a multi-use trail. It'd be really nice if there was something that could go down that direction into some of the other stuff, but again, I don't know how much area they've got to work with, so. So again, we did this first down around the 800, and then this was the short little one, and that's your little sign that we stopped at. A nice new little addition for us. Right, Abby? Right? I think Abby's happy. But I think she's done with the flies, and I think she's ready to go get a drink of water and have her hair blow in the wind some more on the Jeep. So, but I think for the time being, we're gonna leave the roof on. But thank you for joining me, and if you watched until now, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. We're gonna go and see exactly what else this day has to offer us. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you. Have a good day. We'll see you again next time.